When you hear the name Cleopatra, what comes to mind? A beautiful queen, a seductive ruler, the lover of Julius Caesar and Mark Antony. But what if almost everything you've heard about Cleopatra is only half the story? Behind the legends, the romances, and the Hollywood portrayals was one of the most intelligent, ambitious, and politically brilliant women in history. Today, we're uncovering the untold stories of Cleopatra, the last queen of ancient Egypt and one of history's most misunderstood figures. Many people assume Cleopatra was Egyptian. Surprisingly, she wasn't. Cleopatra belonged to the Ptolemaic dynasty, a Greek royal family that ruled Egypt for nearly 300 years after the death of Alexander the Great. Her ancestor, Ptolemy I, was one of Alexander's generals. For generations, the Ptolemaic rulers spoke Greek and maintained Greek traditions. What made Cleopatra different was that she embraced Egyptian culture. She became the first ruler in her family to learn the Egyptian language. She even presented herself as the living embodiment of the goddess Isis, earning the love and loyalty of her people. This decision helped strengthen her rule and distinguished her from her predecessors. History often focuses on Cleopatra's beauty. Ancient records tell a different story. Many historians believe her intelligence, not her appearance, was her greatest weapon. Cleopatra was highly educated and reportedly spoke multiple languages. Some sources suggest she could communicate in as many as 9 languages. She studied philosophy, mathematics, astronomy, medicine, and politics. At a time when most rulers relied heavily on advisors, Cleopatra personally negotiated with foreign leaders. She could speak directly to diplomats without translators. Imagine the advantage that gave her in a world full of political intrigue. Her sharp mind helped her navigate one of the most dangerous periods in ancient history. One of the most famous stories about Cleopatra involves a carpet. Legend says she secretly entered Julius Caesar's palace wrapped inside a carpet or bed sack. When the bundle was opened, Cleopatra emerged before Caesar, instantly capturing his attention. It sounds like a scene from a movie, and it might actually have happened. Ancient historian Plutarch recorded a version of this event. At the time, Cleopatra was locked in a bitter struggle for power against her brother, Ptolemy XIII. Meeting Caesar in secret was a bold move. Whether the carpet story is completely accurate or slightly exaggerated, it perfectly demonstrates Cleopatra's courage and strategic thinking. She knew how to make an unforgettable first impression. Rome was becoming the world's most powerful empire. Most kingdoms feared Roman expansion. Cleopatra did something extraordinary. She negotiated with Rome's most powerful men as an equal. Her alliance with Julius Caesar helped secure her throne. After Caesar's assassination, she formed another alliance with Mark Antony. Together, they dreamed of creating a powerful Eastern empire that could rival Rome itself. This wasn't simply a love story. It was a political partnership with enormous consequences. The Roman leader Octavian, who would later become Emperor Augustus, viewed Cleopatra as a serious threat. He launched a propaganda campaign portraying her as a dangerous seductress manipulating Roman men. Many of these stories survived for centuries, shaping how people viewed Cleopatra long after her death. One lesser-known aspect of Cleopatra's life is her interest in science and medicine. Ancient sources suggest she wrote works related to cosmetics, beauty treatments, and medicine. Although these writings have been lost, later scholars referenced them. Some historians believe she supported medical research and experimentation. The famous Library of Alexandria, one of the greatest centers of knowledge in the ancient world, flourished during her reign. Cleopatra understood that knowledge was power, and she actively supported intellectual advancement in her kingdom. The story of Cleopatra's death remains one of history's greatest mysteries. The traditional account claims she died by allowing an Egyptian cobra, known as an asp, to bite her. But modern historians aren't completely convinced. Some argue that transporting a venomous snake into a guarded palace would have been difficult. Others believe she may have used a carefully prepared poison instead. The truth, no one knows for certain. What we do know is that after the defeat of Cleopatra and Mark Antony, Egypt fell under Roman control. The age of the pharaohs had come to an end. Perhaps the greatest mystery surrounding Cleopatra today is the location of her tomb. Despite centuries of searching, Cleopatra's final resting place has never been found. Archaeologists continue to search near the ancient city of Alexandria and at sites such as Tapaziris Magna. Many experts believe her tomb may still be hidden beneath layers of earth, water, or ancient ruins. If discovered, it could become one of the greatest archaeological finds in history. The search continues even today. Cleopatra was far more than a legendary beauty. She was a multilingual scholar, a skilled diplomat, a fearless strategist, and one of the most influential women the world has ever known. For over 2,000 years, myths and propaganda have overshadowed her true achievements. But behind the stories lies a remarkable ruler who fought to protect her kingdom against impossible odds. And perhaps, somewhere beneath the sands of Egypt, Cleopatra still has one final secret waiting to be discovered.